I'm way down here. Welcome back to Balsamic Games. We are doing another Plunged into the Dark playtest as we are releasing version 1.5 very, very soon. And we have a brand new lore weaver. Jacqueline will be the lore weaver for the evening.
Woo!
And so we're going to jump right into telling everybody who we are and a little bit about our characters. So I guess, Jacqueline, since you're the lore weaver, do you want to start off?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Hi everyone. My name is Jacqueline. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be the lore weaver tonight. Just a kind of content warning for those watching. The themes for tonight are kind of eldritch horror slash mystery. We're a group of college kids who are going to come across some spooky stuff. So there is potential for things like gore and over the top descriptions. So if at any point you feel overwhelmed, we at the table have consent and we will stick to those consent veils. But if you watching need to take a step back, pause, walk away, come back. Don't overdo it for yourselves. Okay, so I'm gonna have all the players introduce themselves and their character, and whatever information you'd like to tell the audience about your character. Why don't we start with Pep?
Hi, my name's Pepperana. You call me Peppy. I'll be playing Rowan. Both her and I use she, her pronouns. So on this campus, I think the world setting is kind of pseudo low magic. So like magic is kind of coming back. So people are starting to try to adjust to it. It's going to change the world, or it already has, or is currently doing so. So my character is human, except for she's got some latent magic that she's trying to figure out. So she's on campus. Her stuff is mostly plant magic based. So lots of greenhouse nonsense, lots of conservation science, all of that jazz. But in general, she just presents as mostly human, just like a little green around the edges. And maybe there's some shenanigans with her tattoos, but that's its own thing. So that's it for me.
Okay, Tiny.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I go by they, them, and my character also goes by they, them. Uh, I am playing a very small statured character that a lot of times people on campus think I'm on the wrong campus because they think I'm not old enough to be on the campus. Um, I am a newly zombie who I'm still trying to figure out, our newly ghoul that's still trying to figure out what's going on with their powers and everything, trying to get their hunger under control. I use coffee to kind of like sedate it. So I'm almost constantly with like a Starbucks or any type of coffee in my hand. They think I'm a caffeine addict. I'm trying to like think, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and think that way. I am I'm a med student and just trying to figure out, how I can help others who are non-human like myself, but then also figure out the differences between the species to like, because I know there's a lot of discrimination and all that, and I just want to, I just want to help others on the down low when I know others might not.
Awesome. Mistra?
Hi, I'm Mistra. I use any pronouns, but currently I am going to be playing Donica, who is a half human, half siren. She is majoring in the dramatic arts, in drama. She has these light, feathery, just feathers, black feathers, sort of on her between her neck and the bottom half of her jaw, the sides of her face, and her arms, black hair, golden eyes. What else is there? She's a barista part-time and is the star of her track and field team. She a little bossy, a little bitchy, just a little bitchy, like that bitch you want to know, right? Popular with anyone. Who doesn't want to play a character like that? And just, I already said, anybody who already knows Heather Chandler from Heathers. That's the vibe I'm going for, to the best of my ability. I already have my scrunchie on.
And Gavin.
All right. I'm Gavin, they, them. I'm playing Teresa, who uses she, her pronouns. Teresa is a moderately attractive normie. She's tiny, blonde, who wears skirts and button-up blouses reminiscent of a Catholic schoolgirl uniform. She's innocent-looking, but definitely has some secrets hiding in there. To most people, her nickname is Goody, as in Goody Two Shoes, but the people who are in the know call her Lily. And to roll off of what the Lore Weaver was saying with regards to content warnings, if you're a member of our Discord and you have any issues or anything, feel free to shoot us a private message on the Discord, because we're completely understanding, and we want to make sure that everybody has fun here. So anyway, with that, I will leave it to the Lore Weaver.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a few things that the players had been kind of putting together this afternoon, and I'm gonna kind of tease out of them, is kind of setting the scene, how they know each other, where they are at the moment, and a little bit about kind of the world in general. So I'd like to know, and I'll just kind of go through, Pep, how do our lovely group of friends know each other?
That is a good question. So I know we talked about how I think it would be more fun if we were all friends anyway. So how did we get to that point? How did a siren, ghoul, a magical human, and Teresa
Normie
together? I figure we're on campus. Several of us are of the non-standard human variety, so probably they would have maybe a dorm set up to have everyone in one spot to make it easier to protect or track anybody like that, because you never know when there's maybe a werewolf, someone or something gets eaten. Maybe we want to know where that werewolf lives. So it might be easier to we're just vaguely friendly. You have a barista, that's a friendly person. You've got a ghoul that's maybe hungry a lot, so maybe they're hanging out around people, pretty friendly. I don't know, but why I'm friendly, I don't know for that one. So I know that we were talking about maybe being at a club together when this was going to go down. So maybe we meet there for the first time. Maybe
also discussed being in a sorority.
That's right. We had discussed that.
Yeah. So is that canon? Are we gonna drop that one in?
Canon. But what's everyone else's opinions?
Teresa can always use that kind of backup.
Okay.
She's the first person a lot of people see when they come to our campus. She's often working the administrative front desk. So, she can kind of maybe she even has her hands in some of the paperwork, so the right people get put in the right dorms and things like that, so we all have a chance to protect each other.
All of us have to be in a sorority, so I do think it'd be funny if both Teresa and Donica were in a sorority. I think that'd be very on brand.
I do think that would fit well for your at least presented personalities so far.
Especially the time Donica's taken her under her wing.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So then I guess my next question, so we could say something along the lines of you all met, your first year in college, you all were put in the same dorm, maybe you attended the same
Mixer.
activities, the same mixers, and you got to know each other, and you all got very protective of each other, and maybe some of you decided to join the same sorority, or maybe all of you did. But tonight, you all decide you want to go out and do something. So Pep kind of mentioned maybe a club. But Tiny, do you have another suggestion? Do you like club? Do you think there would be a better place the group would have wanted to go?
Oh, we could do the club setting. That's fine with me.
Okay, okay. Okay, well then my follow-up question is, because I remember what it was like in college, and the club wasn't always a Saturday night. Miss Ja, is there a day of the week that this is happening on?
I think we'll go with a solid Friday.
Okay.
Just out of classes, emerging into the weekend, celebrating not being in class for the week, type of shit.
I don't want to be hungover when I have classes. I'm just saying. I'm a planner. I'm not doing that. Not again.
But,
Not
right
after
after
last time.
classes.
Yeah, after
So
classes.
that's sort of like, more people around still.
I already went in and
Finishing
did all
things
the
up.
plant work that I needed to for the day. I've got them covered. They're fine.
Nice.
Unwinding after class.
I have an idea. Maybe it's also a full moon, and so we all go out for protection.
Ooh.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Salt martini.
Yeah, do we want this to be just kind of every Friday night, or is there something special about tonight?
Is this the first weekend for classes starting? Is this the new year?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. I know that canonically, IRL, most colleges have started classes either this week or next. So
Nice nod.
it works. Yeah, we could say you've at the very least made it through a full semester, if not more than that at this point. And it's, that first Friday after a full week of classes, you all decide, let's go to the club, let's go be free, kind of sticking to each other. I know that there was some talk about potentially wearing something on your person that was similar among the four of you. Gavin, do you have an idea of what that potentially could be?
Yeah, I was thinking if we haven't started the sorority just yet, maybe we have pins that we could wear to show that we're interested in it as a future endeavor.
Okay.
Maybe we didn't get the paperwork in on time this semester.
That doesn't sound like me.
Hey, Donica would be on top of that.
It's due next Wednesday. You
Yeah,
guys have some
okay.
time.
Is this
Yeah.
a brand new sorority? Are we starting it? Or is it existing and we are just the newest members?
Does anybody feel strongly about that?
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun if we started it, especially with the new emergence of magic. And most of the sororities are already very like human-y, like normie.
So we're starting.
So we're sort of trying to make a more like magical base,
we probably need a teacher
magically
sponsor.
inclusive sorority.
So that makes me the token normie? Nice.
Yeah, sure, the normie.
They have 2 full humans as part of this. That's fine.
Well,
Sure.
it's not like you're full human, Rowan, but you still practice magic.
Just extra human plus.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly.
And then Teresa's human light.
I love these terms. This is great.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're starting our own sorority. This is why the paperwork's due on Wednesday. You have to submit it to the school. You've come up with a name and you've come up with a theme, and you're going out on your first night and just kind of laying low and kind of doing your thing. I guess my last question, and I say that crossing my fingers because it probably won't be, but I'm gonna hope that it is. I guess my very last question, and any of you are welcome to answer. How close to campus would you guys stay? Would you go to the next town over? Is there a club just like straight down in town? Is this rural? Is this, urban? What's the...
Well, so I know there are plenty of good clubs right next to like the college area because they're trying to get the college kids and trying not to encourage people to drive. I think personally going to another town is ridiculous because I will be walking home if I can't get a cab, but I'm not a baby. I can walk a distance. But also there's this club that especially on the full moon celebrates with this really fancy martini that's called the Silver Bullet, which is kind of like a little rude, but really delicious. So I'm trying to encourage you guys to go there, and it's called Lunaterra. So I figured we could check that sucker out.
Okay.
That one's like 10. It's on the other side of town. It's not quite on the other side of the tracks because there are no tracks, but in that area.
Walking distance. I love it.
Walking distance.
Yeah.
Walking distance. Okay. Keeping track of names that we drop in. Wonderful. Okay, so you have all kind of collectively decided that you're ready to go back to campus. You're ready to make that walk. And you find yourself outside, walking along the sidewalk towards campus. Let's say it's maybe a block, no more than that, maybe 2 at max. Kind of keeping it safe tonight. When I really think it's gonna be Teresa that notices, since she's really into the college administration and at that front desk, probably has met a variety of the administrators on campus, knows them pretty well at this point. You notice across the street, under a street light, you make out the form of the college president, and they're standing there under the light, kind of swaying on their heels. Would anyone like to give this president a name so we can refer to them by something?
Jeffrey's a good name.
Yeah. I like Jeffrey Eldenwood.
Ooh.
Real old name in the area.
Okay. He's from a long lineage of Eldenwoods. Long number of presidents of the college have been Eldenwoods. From both.
There's probably a street not too many blocks from here called Eldenwood.
Yeah.
I've definitely dated him.
Yeah, so Teresa, you see Dr. Jeffrey Eldenwood kind of standing beneath the streetlight, just swaying back and forth. And this is kind of where we're going to dive into the story. Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to allow you to decide whether you guys are truly like 3 sheets to the wind intoxicated, or if somebody's the mama bear who's gonna kind of keep track, but just kind of let you role play that as you'd like.
I feel like most of us can't really get wasted.
I can.
You can?
I can.
Do you want to?
No. I know
can't?
how far the distance is to walk home. I'm not gonna I'm gonna do that to myself. I could.
Well, then I'm gonna
sorry.
be the one that's trusting and be like very white girl wasted.
Yeah.
That's fine. We've got.
Is that
you.
okay to say?
There you go.
That's what I call it. It's a shortcut for cranberry and vodka. So.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Love.
I'm the Diet Cokes all night, one drink in the middle of the night kind of person. So
Gotta keep that control.
Okay, then
Yeah.
Donica's nearly gone. Out of everyone.
Okay, so I hooked around that. I'm like, let's go.
Oh
baby.
my
Let's
god,
go.
that
We're
was
having a good
so
time.
fun.
That was so
Did you
fun.
see that guy back there?
I'm walking in the grass as she's walking on the sidewalk. I do not have my shoes on, and you can see there's a trail of better grass behind me now at this point as we're walking towards that. But if, oh gosh, names. Teresa notices, then
Yeah.
I would assume there'd be some exclamation from. I mean, that's just a tottering man over in the
Yeah.
corner, and while I'm keeping an eye on him as we move past, I'm not exactly worried about him because that ain't my problem right now.
yeah.
This is my.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would pass off my backpack to... Because I'm always carrying paperwork around with me. Connie, will you hold this?
Yeah. What's going on over there?
I'm just like, hang back a sec. I'm gonna cross the road and go make small talk. Just
Look
because...
both ways.
Run, where's he going? Like
There aren't many
run.
chances to get an audience with the with this guy, and
Got your
you know,
journal.
yeah, if I can get in good with him, yeah, I'm gonna pull my notebook out of the bag, and walk over there with it, with just sort of twirling my pen in my fingers and walking toward him, and then just sort of looking out for anything out of the ordinary. He's just standing there?
Yeah, so it's almost like he wanted to be seen in a like passive sense, like standing directly beneath the perfect light from this side lamp and just like tottering back and forth on their feet. And as you're approaching, you get within maybe 10 to 15 feet, you can hear that he's muttering to himself, and he's faced not quite towards you, maybe like slightly to the side. And you notice this is winter-ish time, and they have he has a coat on, and his lapel is kind of classic Sherlock Holmes up. He's just muttering to himself over and over again. And as you approach, you kind of get a few words. Something about they can see me. They're ripping. Something about being torn. But it's almost like gibberish in between things as you approach. And I would say you probably get a little like tense as you get closer.
All right. I'll sort of stop and try to listen a little bit more and wave everyone else over to come from across the street. Because it's just a little too unusual, even if he's been, drinking or something, and he's, but it's just a little too weird. So I'll start like jotting down anything that I'm hearing him say, so I can let everyone else know, and just sort of give him just a little bit of space, see what comes out of him.
I'll walk over. Teresa, what's wrong with him? Is he drunk, sir? Sir?
Teresa, honey,
Sir,
stranger danger.
Do you have someone we can call you? I could get him a cab. I mean, something's up. Is there like service on campus? I don't know.
Yeah,
Sir?
absolutely.
Maybe he just sleeps on the street, guys.
No,
okay.
look at his shoes. He
Ooh.
doesn't sleep on the street.
Yeah. Hey, let's wave down a cab or something like that, and let's just get a ride back to the school with him. That way we don't have
In
to
the
pay
car
for
with
it.
us?
We
Ooh.
won't have to pay for it. Free ride home.
He sits in the front.
So much for Goody. What a wonderful
we're
idea.
Yeah,
Fine.
someone wants to suck up to administration.
I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't like that. But that's
Oh, sucking up indeed.
is there
Sucking up indeed.
yeah, I guess I don't really have a move or anything for this.
And Rowan, when you kind of like call out to him and you're trying to like get his attention during this whole like what are we gonna do, he kind of turns towards you all, but he's still swaying, and he's not looking at any of you. He's looking towards the ground, and he's just muttering and the same things that I mentioned. They can see the ripping, the tearing, and it just kind of mumbling gibberish over and over as he's kind of moving himself.
We're not getting in the car with that.
What?
What?
in
Yes.
absolute
Gross,
hell?
gross, gross.
He saw those slackers in the alley ripping a bong. I mean, he's
Yeah.
upset
Get a
about
little
it. He's an
closer.
old geezer.
In my purse, though, I have not
Pepper
brass
spray?
knuckles because I'm a lady,
Hmm.
and that's maybe illegal where we're at. But it's
never
a
know.
pretty heavy keychain. It's a pretty heavy said keychain that maybe could be used to knuckle down someone if they got a little uppity. So that's just ready because this is
Mm-hmm.
either he needs help or he's gonna be a problem. So that's fine. So I'll get closer to him. I'm gonna be like, sir, what's his Teresa? What's his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Can we call someone for you? Are you okay? I'm like looking over. Is his scraped up or he's all Sherlock Holmes'd? But is there like you can
Yeah.
his eyes?
So he's wearing kind of business casual, some nice slacks, some really nice dress shoes, his Sherlock Holmes trench coat, and his from looking at him, he's not like there's nothing physically wrong with him. There doesn't appear to be scrapes or bruises or bumps. Doesn't appear to be like his eyes aren't like bugging out. He just appears to be kind of maybe losing it a little bit.
An FYI about moves, you don't need to have a move to take an action. You can just take an action, and if you don't have an appropriate move, you just won't get a die for it. But you can roll a zero dice action. No big deal. So
I
yeah,
tripped
don't.
the man. No. Sweep the leg. He's a problem.
I'm going to follow through with our plan, and I think I'm going to try to take action and see if I can anticipate which street corner we'd have a better time finding a ride.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say that you guys as a group would have walked this path many times. So if you wanted to make a roll to try to hail a cab, it's not super busy. I would say we're probably late night, midnight one. But you definitely could test it out. See if you can grab one.
There's also a question that we didn't ask. Are we heroic or are we standard characters?
We're standard.
Standard?
We're standard. We're definitely standard.
Because that determines how many dice we start with on our actions, so...
Say that to me in my trowel.
Yeah!
Good point.
Standard.
Standard with
that's
a
fine.
badass weapon.
Yeah.
I think that we'll go with standard only because I don't think any of you are anticipating being heroes. Like you're not, this isn't, necessarily a like go defeat the evil queen. You're trying to do school and be adults.
Not crime. Do school. I want to do,
yes.
do school, not crime.
Do school, not crime. It's our slogan for tonight.
Oh, yes.
The way I describe it is, Standard is you're competent. Heroic is you're extremely competent. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
We are average
We are
barista
competent.
/ plant lady /
I'm
not
more
gonna
than a
eat
barista.
someone. So
All right.
it'd be great.
Well, I mean, if you make me drop my coffee, then
I would
Mm.
never.
all bets are off.
Mm.
Maybe a bit closer to heroic.
Everybody knows that Connie has to have a cup of coffee in their
Yes,
hand.
I do. I know
So
this very well.
I'll use anticipate for my move and calm. I'll go ahead and leverage my calm trait. So
Absolutely.
2 dice. And at least it's our first fail of the night.
Woo! Let's hope that's it. Yeah, you know, do your classic trying to hail, trying to see, but it appears it's mostly just legally distinct Ubers and Lyfts that are passing through. The cabs are probably a street over at the moment, so you don't grab anything. You think either you would have to literally phone somebody or walk this gentleman back to his house.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose my calm trait for that, and I think I'm actually losing my cool a little bit. So I'm down there at the corner, and I'm looking back at everybody, and I'm like looking
Right.
over my shoulder, and you guys are all just standing back there, and I'm like, ah. So I'm gonna go back, and this time I'm really gonna be like hardcore writing down what he's saying. Like I'm gonna get a little closer to him and see if I can figure out what it is he is talking about.
Yeah, the closer you get, the more you kind of, it's a little easier to understand him as he's mumbling. He's almost like talking to the ground. So, and you kind of bend a little bit to see, and he's just kind of repeating, they can see me, they can rip, they can tear, they will kill, they can see me, they will rip, they will tear, they can kill. And he's just repeating over and over and over as he's looking at the ground.
All right. At this point, I'm like, somebody call 911. I think he's lost it.
It's fine. He just needs a Uber. Here, Rowan. Why don't you get out your phone? Like instead of an Uber.
No, Uber, hon, Uber.
I'm gonna grab
I'm not
him
gonna do
by
that to an
the
Uber driver.
I'm gonna grab him by the cuff and like drag him out of the light and over against the wall where, you know, he's at least a little better protected.
More stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very easy to move him. He doesn't appear, he's not like rooted in the spot, and he there's no resistance as you kind of pull him over. The best way to really describe it is almost catatonic. And you lead him straight over to kind of the wall of a building, and he's just still kind of swaying, mumbling to himself.
So are we dragging him home? I mean, it seems like he's walking with us and he's not causing a problem. It's either that or we call 911 and whomever this is, you seem to know,
Yeah.
gets in the news for doing some drugs or something, or having a stroke. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my phone and calling 911.
Yeah. I've been working too hard on getting in good with this guy to let him go down in some kind of scandal.
Oh, scandal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Scandal.
Okay, so Connie, yeah, you dial your legally distinct 911, and on the other line you hear, "Hi, is there an emergency?"
Yeah, I'm at my college campus right now, and I think it's like the dean or one of the bigwigs or something like that is just acting really bizarre, and my friends and I are kind of worried about him. Can we have like an ambulance or something come out to check on him?
Okay. Can you describe this bizarre behavior?
Uh, he might be on something. I'm not sure. He's just like just staring at the ground, and he's like
Mm-hmm.
mumbling incoherently, and
Mm-hmm.
it's we're just my friends and I are just a bunch of girls, and we're kind of scared. What's going on? It's late at night.
He's freaking us out.
He is freaking us
Poking
out.
him.
Don't stop poking him.
But he's
Okay.
so weird.
Well, I will dispatch a ambulance and a police officer to you immediately. If you could stay together as a group, and make sure he doesn't walk away before help gets there, that'd be great. But don't do anything that would put yourself in harm's way.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay. And she takes the classic where you are, the street, your name, so an officer will know who to contact. And you within a few minutes a police cruiser comes through, and not too long after that an ambulance comes over. And a female officer comes out and walks over to you guys. What's a good name for a police officer?
Jenny.
Joanne.
Jenny. Okay. That's it. She's just Jenny.
Jenny.
Officer Jenny. Excellent. Hello, I'm Officer Jenny. We got your distress call. Is this the man that you mentioned?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. And she kind of walks over to him very leisurely and kind of alert, and takes in, and that's when the ambulance shows up, and she gets some information from you guys. You kind of retell what happened. You walked over, you tried to speak to him, and just kind of like mumbling to himself, and he doesn't appear to have changed at all. And are any of you interested in going in the ambulance with him, or are you kind of calling it good for the night?
Any of my friends go.
I think I kind of should, being a med student.
Ooh. Well, that gives me an excuse, because I kind of wanted to go, because it'll just look good if I can
we
use
know.
this as leverage later.
I'm not letting you two split off without us. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're gonna ride with him to the hospital and
I'm
still
gonna pull
get
out
back.
some crackers.
Still
I'm
get
gonna pull
back
out
to
some
the
water.
college
And
before
I'm
you
like,
guys.
Donica, drink and eat this right now. We're sobering up. We're sobering up because we're getting in an ambulance with a crazy man.
Nice.
It's okay, I got this. Yeah.
And you're not
I like
allowed to touch
crowded ambulance.
anything in there. You're not
Do you
allowed
have
to touch
peanut butter?
anything.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they're peanut butter crackers, yes.
Oh yes. She's eating them.
The drunk hunger. Everything is more delicious that way.
Oh my god, yeah.
An EMT kind of puts Jeffrey on a stretcher, gets him laying down, starts taking some vitals. Connie, you're right there talking to this EMT, getting all the lowdown, tossing ideas, what possibly could be wrong. Maybe it was drugs, maybe it's dehydration, maybe it's any, number of things. And the four of you get in the back of this ambulance after giving some statements to the officer, and head off to the hospital. Not where I thought we were going, but this is great. I love the improv.
Something that comes to me as we're in the ambulance, and I ask the EMT, I said, "Can you check him for bites?"
Sure. And the EMT just like gently poking, prodding at typical areas. No, it doesn't seem to have any open wounds anywhere. Seems fairly healthy besides the mumbling.
Psychotic break, yeah.
Yeah.
Being the president of things will just take its toll.
Yeah.
Think about like being torn apart or something.
Yeah, he's
watching.
got some weird
I
interests.
remember that a little bit.
I don't think we should dive too deep into that.
Yeah, and Jeffrey is still repeating these things. So you're kind of, just to place the mental image, you're in the back of an ambulance with one EMT, this catatonic, potentially crazy guy kind of strapped to a gurney, talking about how things are watching him and are gonna rip him and tear him. So it's a little weird. It's not what you guys expected for your Friday night. You definitely thought you'd be done at the club and back in your rooms by now.
Honestly, this is one of the cleaner exits of our evening.
Yeah.
What we've had in the past, I was like, well, this is fine. The EMT is like, why are you guys in here? Just like, we're all his kids.
Yeah.
He's not going to prove it wrong.
The younger Eldon Woods.
Yes, this, our dad is having a problem. We're family.
Do this.
So-
I have an audition tomorrow. I don't have time for this.
You make it to the ambulance, to the hospital, and they take Jeffrey in on the stretcher, and the front desk nurse will, just because I will call her Nurse Jackie, because that's how.
No joy.
The first thing that came to my mind. She looks at the four of you come walking in after and is like, whoa, can I help you girls?
Yeah, I'm following him, and can I flash my little student med badge?
Oh, Connie, hi. I haven't seen you. First week of classes?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's actually one of our bigwigs. Can I just want to make sure he's okay.
Well, I mean, he's in the hospital now. We're gonna take good care of him. I'm happy to let you guys sit around. But it's really busy tonight, Friday, full moon. We've had at least 3 werewolf attacks already. So it might just get a little congested. If you'd like to stick around for a little while, I can give you an update.
Not even for extra credit? You know how good it look.
Is that an opportunity for a dice
We're
roll?
all so nosy.
I feel like this is an opportunity for a dice roll. Yeah, let's try to convince this nurse that you need some extra credit for your class, Connie.
So do I use a trait or a move?
Both, potentially. You want to try to get as close to 3 dice as you can, so you start at 0. You get 1 die if you use an appropriate move, 1 die if you use an appropriate trait, and then you can get an extra die from taking a devil's bargain or from getting an assist from one of us.
And if I assist with a move and something goes wrong, do I lose the move?
You only assist with traits, and
just assist with
but
traits.
if Tiny's roll ends up a 1, 2, or 3, you lose your trait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I have... For moves I could potentially use, I could do luck. And then for traits, I could use either knowledgeable or kind-hearted or certain.
Whichever you think fits in the scenario. I could see all 3 of those.
What
traits
about
working.
bribing? I got a solid $100 bill right here that sees us through something. If you want to slide that over there while you're being kind-hearted.
That's a good assist.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna have 3 dice then with an assist from Rowan, slide in a crisp hundo.
And if I have to have
Over.
a trait applied to that, it would probably be familiar.
Okay, I like that.
You're familiar
Okay.
with this transaction.
So what
Just
do
greasing some
I?
palms, it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
What number do I put down?
.3.
That'll be 3, yeah.
.3. All right.
If this doesn't work, we're leaving.
Oh, hang on. Rolled onto the wrong screen.
Take me for the best.
Oh.
Oh,
If that one was a good one, you have to take it.
Yo, no, yeah, we're taking it.
Okay.
All right. That's a partial success.
Okay. So we have a partial success. She, at first, it doesn't look like she's going to say yes, and then Rowan just kind of like slyly slides
There you go.
the 100 onto her clipboard, and she looks at it and she kind of puts it in the front of her scrubs. She looks around and she goes, "Okay, I can only give you 15 minutes just to check, but after that I can't vouch for you. You get caught, there's not much I can do."
We got lost.
exactly.
Okay.
We got lost.
We got lost.
Okay.
I'm just
We lost 'em.
drunk at a sorority. I'm just a college girl. I'm really sad, and my boyfriend just left me.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on
Yeah.
Richard last week.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to start a clock for that? So our consequences can lead to us getting kicked out?
Sure. Yeah. Let's put a 15-minute clock up.
Spicy.
Let's, what do you think? 4 segments?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kicked out. Overstayed our welcome. We'll call it
Yeah.
that. All right. And then as we get consequences, they'll fill in that clock.
Okay. So the 4 of you kind of cuddle together and run through the double doors. You can see the gurney in the distance, and you navigate your way through. And you come into a room in the back where Jeffrey has been placed onto a hospital bed, and there's Nurse Jackie comes in behind you, and she whispers something to the nurse in the room, and they kind of have a little agreement, and she looks at you, "Okay, 15 minutes." And then she heads out, and the nurse that's in there just kind of nods at you all as she's writing down notes on the chart and leaves. And you got about 15 minutes
May
to...
I flash back to when we were back in the hallway? So what I want to do is I want to look at the charts, the medical charts, basically sneak a peek at some of these werewolf attacks and see if I can figure out if they're related or unrelated.
Sure. You want to make a roll for that? I love it. And anyone's welcome to assist, or we can make a devil's bargain. You guys are kind of, you're moving fast.
Yeah, I think I would be cheating to do that because that is absolutely not something I'm normally allowed to do. Luckily, cheating is one of my moves. And I'm going to leverage the fact that I'm innocent looking for that. So that's going to be 2 dice. Is anybody willing to follow me on this very dangerous and perilous quest? I feel like werewolves are enough of a worry for us that maybe I might be able to convince one of you to help.
What exactly are you trying to do?
I'm going to the rooms where the werewolf attacks victims are, and trying to get information about whether they happened in the same locations or different locations.
I can leverage my protective trait as a, I want to make sure you're not going to get in trouble.
Be my lookout.
Or hurt. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I love it. Is that good? Does that work for you, Jacqueline?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Let's do it.
3 dice. Oh my god! I did it again. Okay, well, I failed. That
Yep.
means
Really
Donica
lost
loses
that.
their protective trait, and I've lost my
So
innocent trait.
You've lost
Yep.
your innocence.
Oh no, not again.
What do they do to me?
Oh,
And
God.
Donica, maybe too.
You guys gonna get kicked out.
Yeah. Well, Teresa, I think, only has one trait left at the moment. So she's having an off night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're bumping and weaving. It's a busy night. There was a lot going on in the ER, and every time you think you get close enough to see something, you kind of get pushed to the side and kind of moved along, and every now and then you get a little bit of like a nip from a nurse or kind of
Oh,
a
they're
sly
all
remark
werewolves,
from a
too.
doctor. Yeah, and
We're weaving through. Sorry, if this is okay. I sort of have my hands on her shoulders and like using my bossy trait to sort of like sneer at them. Like that's my quirk. Um, so
Being extra rude on top of it,
yeah,
Lord
yes,
cheese.
just so
very
I can get
over.
that trait back.
So you'd have to take a devil's bargain to get that trait back.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, but I mean that could take us more time and potentially fill in that clock a little bit. That we just spent too much time in the hallway rather than doing what
That's
we came to do.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's up to you.
Sure. How would you? How would I do this? Just, is there anything extra that I should?
Yeah, you guys just determine what, or the lore weaver can determine what kind of devil's
Oh,
bargain.
just a
I'll put
reprimand
them
for
up
it.
in
Yeah.
the chat.
All right.
That's the list of devil's bargains.
All right. I'm ready for punishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that to get the trait back, you lose a tick on the clock. Your Connie and Rowan at this point are like all the way down the hallway. You're kind of you're so overprotective of like trying to make sure Teresa gets to do her task that you have completely lost sight of like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be checking on this crazy man. Yeah, we'll call it that. Something that'll be simple. You're just kind of far behind. So Connie and Rowan, you get into the room first with Nurse Jackie, and what I described before basically happens. And they mention, 15 minutes. And it takes, almost 5 minutes before Donica and Teresa come in. But is there anything the two of you would like to do while you're waiting for your compatriots?
I want to give the body a more thorough examination because, I mean, we're in a
Don't be
bumpy
weird.
ambulance. It's going all over the place. You know, they're not trained to like look real closely on the way to the hospital. That's more of a at the hospital type thing.
Yeah. So you kind of start helping him get his coat off, and kind of like roll up his sleeves and start to poke and prod. I'm full of rolls. I think I'm gonna ask you to make a roll for this one. I want to see if you can uncover anything with your medicine knowledge.
All right, let's see. Is that 1 dice or 2 dice?
Well, you tell me. Do you want to leverage a trait for this?
Yeah, let's do look and let's do. Did I use my knowledge array or?
No, I
don't
think
think
you
you used it up.
used.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
There's
gonna
also
do
our
look.
gear.
All right, I'm gonna do look and knowledgeable.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's 2.
Like my gear, so like if I'm like, so my quirk's impatient. I don't know if you got that from me. But with like the gardening trowel, like identify is one of the things. Obviously, that might be geared towards plant things, but it's not just plant things. It could be like
So yeah, the thing with the setting item is it comes with 2 abilities, but I'd like you guys to choose what you want that ability to kind of be narratively. And I kind of made them very like one word things so that
I
it
like it.
was yeah, so if you wanted to use I mean plants and medicine aren't super
poisons
far from each
or
other, right?
like I just figure that like while Connie is like checking for like obvious things that might have happened along the body or breaks or like
Mhm.
weird stuff with the eyes, I just like take my trowel out and just slap it over his mouth. Be like, breathe on it. What does this tell me? Kind of a thing. Like, what have you
Okay.
eaten something weird? Are you poisoned?
Okay.
Did you just go through a diabetic event and you weren't before, so now everything is messy and that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Whatever I could get from it. Because
Okay.
that I wouldn't lose the garden trowel. Like his breath isn't gonna break it, right?
No, no. You just it's a one use ability. So if you use identify, that's kind of it's the one time and then
So I just have stab left.
yeah, then you would yeah, then you just have
Fine.
stab
I'm
left.
okay with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Sure. Okay, so Tiny, did you get a chance to roll?
No,
Would that
yeah,
be
not yet. Do I do 2?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a complete success.
Perfect.
Nice.
And you and Rowan are doing this at the same time, so I'll let Rowan also make your role, and then I can kind of, depending, I can kind of narratively piece them together.
Oh, okay. I think I thought when I was talking about that was gonna help Connie's role.
Okay. Oh, I see. You wanted to give Connie another dice. Um, okay, we'll just it's a full success. We'll move with that for time's sake. Um, so yeah, you're kind of you use your trowel to kind of like maybe there's something weird with the mist and maybe the way he's breathing, and you're checking Connie, you're checking for heart rate and rhythm, and you're kind of checking out parts of his skin and like doing the classic. You got a little like light in your pocket. Follow the finger. And he's the weird thing is, you know, physically he's fine. You don't find anything on his body until you kind of reach your hand behind his head and you're feeling along kind of his outer scalp, and you feel a bump right on the back of his head, right kind of covered by his hair. He doesn't have a lot of hair on the top, but he's got some in the back. You kind of you and Rowan kind of move him in a sitting position, and you take a light and you look, and it looks like something jammed into right in the back of his skull and potentially inserted something into his brain, either looking for his brain stem or going straight for the brain right underneath, in that very nice little soft spot in the back.
I don't like
See, I
that at all.
told you he missed something. What is that?
What the fuck did you
Textbooks.
just say? It's stabbed into his brain.
Yeah, look.
I'm asking Connie.
Yeah, no,
Um,
look. What is that?
So like someone came up behind him and robbed him and stabbed him in the head. Like, is this like a needle? Did he assault someone that was into crocheting? Like,
And Connie, as you're kind of looking, it was thin enough and potentially fast enough that the wound appears to almost have closed back in on itself. The only reason you noticed is because it was bumpy. So this was both a very sharp implement and also very quick, which gives you a lot of ideas. Your brain is just churning with information. And I would say at this point, Donica and Teresa, you find your way into the room, and join the group.
I still have one of the clipboards that I snatched, but with useless information on it. And as soon as we get into the room, I throw it under the guy's bed so nobody can find it.
Donica was so irritated at that trip. She's like, "Do you think they let us smoke in here? Whatever." And she opens up a window, looks outside of it, and starts smoking.
Donica, nice. I slap it out of your hand. I go, "You're gonna get us in trouble more. Stop it. Wait 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Here's another cookie."
Oh, thank you.
Keep that going.
It's illegal to smoke in hospitals anyway. What are you doing?
It's
no,
true.
come
It's
look
true.
at this. Come look at this.
Like everybody's turning into a goody goody today. And she looks at the head.
I don't even.
It's for your health.
My mom.
More snacks, please, she says unironically.
And there's some crackers on the table.
I was stealing this man's crackers.
Hell yeah.
We brought you here. We're taking our part. This
A little apple
our
juice.
payment.
So the problem is, if this is metal, and we do like a CT or MRI or anything that's going to rip through his head and kill him.
Is there still something in his brain? Oh, hi, guys, by the way, someone stabbed his brain, and that's why he's all funky.
Yeah, no, look,
That'll do it.
That makes sense.
It started to close over it, but I don't know.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Don't
metal
do
or
that.
what.
She's like, ew, but then she's like looking closer at the same time.
Ew,
Both
let me
like,
see that.
yeah, like, oh, that's really, not cool,
It's
but
like,
yeah,
I can't
maybe.
look away.
I mean, I could try to remove it to
Oh my
check.
god, absolutely not.
Why not?
That's gonna.
Do it.
I'm not the medical student, but I've seen TV. If you pull the thing out, that's when the bleeding happens.
Yeah, and then you
What
stop
if
the
it's-
bleeding.
From
Yeah,
the
what if we
brain?
cauterize the wound as soon as it's out?
Cauterize?
What are we
Yeah.
going to cauterize the
Bring
wound
fire
with?
into this. Oh Lord Jesus, I am gonna
With your
get
cigarettes?
arrested.
That's a great idea.
That is not a great
You know what?
idea.
Yeah, hold on.
I look at
Is
my
there a
phone and I'm like,
scalpel around? I'll just heat that up
I'm gonna
with
leave.
my lighter.
I might as well.
In a
We
minute.
might as well take a video.
I didn't
of
say this was
while
in my
we're doing
inventory.
it.
I
for
refuse to be on
posterity.
camera. I refuse to be associated with this legally. I object.
I'll do it. I'll cauterize the room.
So you want the doctors to potentially do something that might kill him.
I want you to tell the doctor what you just so lovingly found out. I want you to write it on their chart in your doctor script, because I've seen your handwriting. It's almost impossible to read. So they'll know that it was a doctor that put it in there, and then they'll check.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
But
want
what
you to
if-
try to remove it.
What if he doesn't have time?
To read the chart? Then he was going to kill him anyway.
No, what if he doesn't have time to sit and wait for a doctor to read it?
Then we can go
Just- Do its
throw it at a
heartbeat.
doctor and then run, and they'll look at it and go, "That's weird," and then they'll come here. There's several things we could do that don't involve us medically practicing
Yeah.
on the president of our college.
While they're talking, can I listen into this guy's heartbeat?
Yeah, absolutely. There aren't any stethoscopes in the room. That's like a very
She's going all in with her ear, like
yeah. At this point, you're just almost like it looks like you're just laying your head on his chest, like about
Honestly,
to fall asleep.
Not the way
I'm
I
still
should've
not
done.
fully sober.
I'm gonna quickly snap a picture of that.
Oh, she pretends like she's asleep for realsies,
And I want to take a devil's bargain so I can try to use my quirk.
Okay.
That when things are bad, she can turn into a real monster, and she'll use this as potential leverage in the future if she needs to.
Okay.
So if you want to give me a devil's
Leverage
bargain,
against whom?
so I can regain my calmness.
Yeah. You can absolutely get it back. And I'll just narrate very quickly. So, Donica, you place your head and the heartbeat's slow, but it is there. And at this still moment, so we've got Connie and Rowan kind of bickering at the end of the hospital bed, kind of like, no, we can't pull it out. We should pull it out. We got to protect him. And then we have Donica with her head on this man's chest and Teresa in the corner just like giddily taking pictures. And in walks in a doctor who stops in his tracks and goes, can I help you?
I turn my head and say, yes, hopefully. Come here. Look at this. So, yeah.
I have a quick question.
This is something... Yes.
Yeah.
Should we mark down another tick for that?
Yes.
And also, has his condition actually worsened since we saw him out on the street? Or is he in more or less the same condition as before? As far as we know.
As far as you can tell, the worst that's happened to him is he's now been poked and prodded by a bunch of college girls for 20 minutes. But other than that, there's no, like... Whatever happened quickly, and the after effects are what this is.
Cool. Just checking. Thank you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Sorry about that, Tiny. Go right
fine.
back ahead.
Okay. So, look, this is what the EMT missed. It looks like it closed over whatever was jammed into his head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's metal or what. So if you put him in the MRI machine, that's it. He's done. You have a lawsuit on your hands.
We just wanted to make sure that someone noticed that, so that's why we were waiting. So thank you so much for coming in so quickly, so that we could get out of your hair at this point. Thank you.
Oh,
And
okay.
also we're his daughters.
I grab her, and we move.
Oh,
We all look
okay.
so different from each other.
No, that's what I said.
He's a
We're
really
all
generous man. He
adopted.
adopted all of us.
Yeah.
Nope.
Some Umbrella
Genetics are
Academy
weird.
energy
Yes.
I'm getting
Yeah.
right now.
Genetics are just crazy.
Yeah, so this doctor walks over and looks at the region of the neck that Connie has pointed out, and kind of takes note and goes, "Okay, thank you so much for letting me know. I will go have a nurse schedule a CT scan as opposed to an MRI. That's a solid idea. I recognize you," and he's talking to Connie. "I recognize you from somewhere. Where are you? Do you work in the hospital?"
Sometimes I'm a med student over at the college.
Oh, interesting. Are you looking for a job? This is wonderful insight that you've given us.
I mean, yeah, if you're hiring, sure.
We're always looking for sharp young minds to help lead us, and with the reemergence of a lot of humanoid creatures, there are a lot of things we don't know, and so. You know what? Give your application to the nurse at the front desk. We'd love to have you around.
Sure. We're honestly just want to make sure that he's going to be okay. That's my main concern right now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes. And he heads out into the hallway. Kind of seems like he was on rounds to just check rooms. What are the four of you doing now?
Look at Connie.
Teresa, are you done with your Instagram shoot? God.
I don't trust this guy at all.
The doctor?
Yeah.
You don't
Why?
trust the doctor
Yeah, I don't know. That just seemed...
at the hospital.
That whole thing seemed weird to me.
It's a hospital. He's probably doing rounds.
Yeah.
Are you worried that he should have gotten more angry at us? Why haven't we been kicked out? He could just be tired of people's shit and
Yeah.
just wanting us to leave. That
I'm
is
sure-
definitely
Tani has
direction.
us.
I'm sure it's been a long day. As much as I want to go home, I kind of want to find out what
Cause
they're going to do
trouble.
with this guy next. Maybe we should go down to, like, radiology and wait for them to bring him down.
Maybe we could find out what did that to him in the first place.
I think I could sneak us down. Actually, could I flash back to stealing his badge off of him?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
make
yes.
If I get it from him,
Genius.
I'll pull it out of my pocket at this point.
It's during the conversation with Connie. Connie has kind of got this doctor's attention. By all means.
All right, I'm going to use manipulative and cheat again because
To steal it?
yeah.
And if anyone's welcome to help if they want to leverage something.
I think
Oh God.
Just not. I'm gonna say not Connie. Just
unless Connie's like manipulating him into like
More attention.
like
focusing.
trying to steer the
Yeah. I'm
Very
direction.
worried that you are going to get us in big trouble because we just got a big pass on this guy not losing it
Yeah.
out of us and calling security. And I thought we were going to get out, and I see you with your sticky fingers again. So I will leverage with my trait, faded,
Oh,
that to make Teresa less noticeable for that.
I like it.
Ooh.
Which is just an
Okay.
aspect of the magic there. So
Nice.
I contribute a die here
all right. 3 dice.
again.
Let's see how this goes. Oh,
Oh my
God.
god.
Teresa, I'm going to need you to stop doing stuff.
I'm gonna need to stop rolling. Okay, so I made us both lose our traits. I lost manipulative. Yeah. So
Pocket sand.
I'm gonna say just because of the sheer amount of failures that have popped up at this point, he gets to the door, and he goes, the classic pat down.
Yeah.
I need to do this, and he notices his badge is missing, and you just are turning, and he turns to look at you as you're kind of holding the badge. And he goes, I wasn't going to say anything because it was a very interesting discovery, but I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave. And he snatches the badge out of your hand, Teresa.
Thanks a lot, Teresa.
Tricks.
Stop calling you goody and start calling you baddie because you're really bad at all of this.
I hang my head in shame. I've never been caught cheating this many times in a row.
I eat a cracker.
Yeah, and I would
drink.
say at this point, your clock has run its course. And you get into the hallway, and are you guys gonna walk towards the door to get out?
Well, if our clock is faded, does that mean that the ticks? Yeah, if that's complete, what does that mean for us?
We have officially overstayed our welcome, so it's up to the lore weaver as to what that means. If we get physically kicked out, or if they start escorting us out, we can take other actions potentially, but
Like a fight?
we could.
I don't want to do that. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
asking
so
questions.
at this point, he's kind of waved you guys out of the room, and as long as you go willingly, you're in the hallway, and he's watching you like a hawk.
Like, leave.
Yeah, either you guys are gonna actually leave, or you're gonna try to sneak away. I'm gonna let you guys
Teresa's walking
decide.
out. Teresa's
Don needs a
walking
smoke
out.
break anyway.
I am going to go. I'm going to be in the back of the group, and I'm going to follow everyone else's lead from here on out.
Thank God.
I'm going to do it calmly, though. That's all I've got left. Is my calm. So whatever they end up doing, I will follow and assist. But yeah, I'm not going to be making any decisions.
There was
You're
just
trying.
far too many failures.
You're doing your best,
It's just not my night. Maybe this full
Yeah.
moon's getting to me.
Oh my god. Finally get out there and immediately lighting a cigarette. Okay, so that could have worked out a lot better.
Mea culpa,
Yes.
mea culpa.
It's fine.
Yes,
That's
Mrs.
standard.
Obvious. That could have
Right.
worked better.
Oh, sassy. Jeez. You need a snack too. I get you. I got more
Sick.
fruit snacks.
No, I need to figure out what's going on with that. That's not normal.
Yeah. No one's saying it's normal.
We
But-
could go back to where you found him.
Yes, let's.
Back to campus since he was our president.
I mean,
back.
that's the only solution now. Here, take your backpack, by the way. I've been holding this thing the whole time.
Wait, who's?
Teresa.
Teresa.
Oh. I'll throw it back over my shoulder.
Is it a tiny white leather backpack?
That sounds great, actually.
Yes. Yeah, very
But
good.
it
That's
is.
just what I
It
pictured.
weighs like 16 pounds. It's like absolutely
Oh my
packed.
god.
It's like must be lead in there.
You have literal gold
Oh my
in
God.
there? Like, what? Bricks.
I have to use it as a weapon if I need to.
Perfect. I just use a
I
weapon.
just have my scrunchie.
Is it a weaponized scrunchie?
Candy.
Flick it at people. Yeah.
Yeah. My god!
Your rubber band.
All
So
right.
what's the plan? Are you guys... There was some ideas tossed around. You can go back to the scene of the crime. You can maybe potentially find this man's house, which you all would know because presidents do live on campus. He'd have the big, really pretty house up on the hill.
He was
Yeah, we should
dressed in his
totally
jammies,
look at his house.
right?
I bet
wasn't
he left
dra-
it unlocked.
We're not casing the joint.
We're not casing the joint.
Ugh.
What? And he was dressed in outdoor clothes, so probably he
Yeah.
wasn't at his house when it happened. Otherwise, he would have been dressed in indoor clothes, jammies, or he wouldn't have his nice shoes on for outside things. So probably that didn't happen at his house.
Yeah.
Maybe he was night gardening.
No mud on his
You
shoes.
don't garden like
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Mhm.
when you
Wait.
garden. That ain't it.
Would he be at his house or at his office?
It could be at his office. I mean, I don't know enough about this person.
If you guys want to go to his office, I can try my administrative office keys and see if I have his on my ring.
That's a
I got the
genius
hookup.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's try the office.
Okay. This is a perfect time to take a 5 to 10 minute break. And when we come back, we'll find out what's going on. Maybe he was in the office.
All
The
right.
crochet killer.
Yeah. Throw some ideas in the comments. What's
Yeah.
going on with this Jeffrey?
Nice.
Is Donica gonna scrunchie someone to death?
Yeah. We'll see. Only those who stick around.
likely
will know.
person to hurt someone.
Did anyone notice Connie subtly lick her fingers after checking that bump?
Ew.
Gross. All right.
Ew.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
I would have said something.
back to Balsamic Games. This is Fiona. Hello,
There's
Fiona.
a puppy!
Puppy.
He kept running
my
in the
lord.
room while we were playing earlier, but he wouldn't jump up on my lap, so he's here
Oh, it's so good. Okay. I'm a sucker for animals. Okay, we are back. We have decided that we are gonna go to the president's. We're gonna go commit a crime. We're gonna break into the president's office and search for clues. So I was thinking that this would be a great kind of group check. You guys are at a hospital, potentially some distance away. We can kind of use this as a way to at least get back to campus and find our way. So I think for this, someone needs to leverage,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
So, leverage a trait.
The
Yes.
leader, yeah.
Yeah, whoever's going to lead the
Oh,
group.
I mean, I hate to pull this, but I could leverage popular
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
as
Okay.
just like, you know, guys follow me
Yeah,
type
fall
vibe.
into line.
Yeah.
That sounds great
Nice.
to me.
And this would just be 2 dice, right, Gavin?
It would be based on what everybody wants to roll for their action. We're trying to get across town and into the office.
At least to campus.
Okay.
Once you guys get to campus, it doesn't matter where you get dropped off. You guys know it like the back of your hand at this point. And then we would have Teresa roll to get in. But for now, we at least need to get back safely.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use anticipate for my move. But I'm not going to leverage anything because I'm already on the low end.
Will that help out my roll?
No, so you.
In that case,
Yeah, you
I'll
leverage.
I'll use a move as well.
Cool.
I'll use control as my move.
Okay.
And
Like
then
Yeah, so I
control the
think-
situation with my popularity.
everybody
Yeah, I think-
that wants to get the benefit just has to do an action roll.
Yep. Everybody would make a roll and then.
Here's
That makes
mine.
sense. I can't.
Probably
remember.
going to be a 1. It's a 1.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
you're going to lose popular no matter what. But yours was fantastic.
Yes. But we do successfully get back at the very least.
Are Rowan and Connie going to join us? You only the people who make the roll get the benefit.
So if we don't
Then you find your own way home.
we don't get in a car.
Basically, yeah.
or
Basically-
you get waylaid.
Yeah.
Can I call us an Uber?
Yeah, so Donica has led
I mean,
and
like, that could be how I.
yeah.
lead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can call
Got
some
you
Uber.
guys some transportation. Uber found a bus route. So really you just have to roll to get in.
Okay. Can my quirk impatient be leveraged against anything for this? Or do I just have to sacrifice another trait if this goes poorly?
You don't have to sacrifice a trait. You can just use a
okay.
move, or you can just roll 0 dice. And you won't lose anything.
So what would I do for a move with this? Just use a move,
Yeah.
and then I would just use 1 dice for myself. One
Yep.
die to get an. Oh, okay.
And if anybody's using 2 or 3 dice, there's a chance we could go from a full success to a critical. Which means we get a little something extra on top of getting to where we're going.
Little something.
Something. I'm not going to crit.
So I can use my move reinforce to help that with this.
Okay.
Trying to think if either of my traits would be good for that. I don't know. Yeah, because I could only do up to 2 die for this, right? because no one would be
Right.
supporting me. We're supporting that. Okay, I don't want to lose another trait.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fine. Totally fine.
So then just 0.1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, another
take
6.
that.
Nice.
There you go.
Perfect.
And
I'm
Connie?
trying to figure out my moves because I don't know which one would go with this one.
What do you have?
What are
Look, avoid, and hear.
Yeah, you could help us avoid, any scams or anything.
traffic jams?
Oh, there we go. All right.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good
Here
point.
for making sure we.
That's a cop trap.
Mm.
It's a cop
So
trap.
one dice.
Yep, just the one.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. So we had 2 successes, so 2 6s, which makes it a critical success.
The 2 6s have to come from the same roll.
Have to come from the same roll.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, you call your Uber, and I love the idea of you choosing the wrong option, Donica, when you're calling, and you end up with Uber Pool, and you end up with some drunk college student in the front with the window down, but you manage
Bottle
your
of
way
water.
back to campus. The whole way, Rowan is just like, please do not throw up on me. Please do not throw up on me. Please do not. We're already having a night. We don't need another one.
Donica's mortified by this. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Eat your crackers.
I'm
Show me,
just
show me.
like complete head down.
Yeah.
Like I.
Yeah. And you guys all recognize this drunk college student
We
from
do.
like freshman seminar when you were all like learning each other's names. And let's just say some random event happened and you guys really aren't on good terms. So it's a little awkward on top of a interesting ride, but you make it to campus. And quick out of that cab as fast as you can,
Just rolling.
and find your way, kind of walking towards the administration building. And I think Teresa wants to
Teresa, give me that key.
find her way in.
Teresa, give me that key. You're not doing this.
You've had the worst luck, honey.
Please. I don't know if you got cursed tonight. What
Yeah,
you've been
you're
doing
good.
in your off time. Give me that key.
Yeah, you gotta get some more trouble.
Yeah. That's a 10-4.
I don't even need this. That guy looks like one of those guys that doesn't think anything wrong can happen. I bet that door's open.
I mean,
He
I could.
probably hasn't
Let's
even
just
locked
try
it.
to open it.
How many of us took lock picking type skills? This is going to be the question here.
I mean, I
So-
might have a bobby pin.
We get to the place. This is his. I am going to try the door.
Okay.
My move release is going to
Okay.
be, I'm going to leverage that. And I've done this maybe a few times, so I'm going to also leverage my trait familiar.
Okay. You've had
So-
to sneak into some places to get some good fertilizer, and from the greenhouse
Fertilizer.
stock.
Yes, exactly. that.
Fertilizer.
Definitely
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Can I
Um,
use my move here?
If you're
Yeah.
assisting, are you assisting or doing the roll?
Assisting.
Okay, then you'd use a trait.
Use a trait. I have certain.
Rowan could definitely do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
believe
just
you do.
confidence.
Yeah.
It's a hype girl, hype them.
Okay.
Donnie.
It sounds like 3 dice to me.
All right,
Let's pray for some sort of success here.
Oh my god.
We're having a fun time tonight, aren't we?
So
Yes, we are.
yeah, Connie unfortunately loses their trait.
I'm sorry, Connie. Thank you for believing in me.
And if I remember correctly, this is just a pair of keys.
Yeah, like a key ring.
Yeah, like a key ring. And Rowan, you take this key ring. It is your classic, like, there's like 10 keys on this ring, and you're doing like one over and over and over and over. And Connie's cheering you on. Teresa, you're kind of keeping watch.
I'm
just
like getting in the way. No, it's not that key. It's that other key. And
Yeah, it's this
not
other key.
keeping
My
calm
nails.
at all.
Inside of the wall.
Donica is over by the window, like the window's cracked with his cigarette, just like staring.
There's 5 cigarettes on the ground, even though we've been there for 30 seconds.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah. This is so stressful. You guys are stressing me the fuck out.
Just stress
As I
smoking
just
in the
whip my head
corner.
around at her and growl. You're not helping.
And on the very last key, it won't go in all the way, and you're just so frustrated and impatient, and there's just you feel a little overwhelmed, and you snap the key in the keyhole.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's gonna look real good for me on Monday morning.
Do we?
How do you think what you did looked good for me?
Did we try just opening it regularly?
So it is locked.
It is locked. We decided for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to
wasn't
assume
mad.
that was the first thing people tried.
Yeah, jokes aside.
I'll snatch my key ring back from them, but yeah. All right, well.
Is there a window? How invested are we still trying? Obviously, this is not our night. I mean,
So it's one of those like fancy kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like cloudy glass. What's
Frosted.
the like
frosted.
frosted. Thank you. It's like the top half of the door is like frosted glass. And it's got like the etching of, President Dr. Jeffrey Eldenwood on the door with like a nice little like college symbol.
Normally, I would not be opposed to just breaking the window and being in, but there's gonna be an investigation associated with this person. I can tell because of the thing stabbed into their brain.
Yeah.
And the suspicious college students that wouldn't leave his hospital room. So,
Well,
I dip normally at this point. I don't know what you guys are wanting to do. It's just...
I mean, I could call a few friends. See if they know anything.
few friends.
I just sort of opened up a group chat of all like the shadiest people on campus,
Yeah,
and
I know.
I'm just like, hey, do we know anything about how to get into this guy's house? Question mark.
And
Party smiley face.
within 30 seconds, you've got boop, 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 tons of like very descriptive ways of like trying to sneak into someone's house without anyone knowing. Like, oh, well, maybe they've got a home system. You have to, if it's this home system, then you can do this with this window because they don't usually put a latch on that. But if they have this system, you have to be careful. You actually have to go through the basement.
The presidents.
And you get one from.
I'm reversing my bossy trait. Quirk for this.
You finally get a response from a freshman student that you actually took a philosophy class with, who is all about like, well, locks really, they're just like a construct of the mind, and their response is like, don't you know how to do magic? Can't you just like magic your way in?
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't do that kind of magic, Jeremy, you asshole.
There's one guy who's just like, I'm already in the house, actually.
There's a selfie of Jeremy like outside the house, like
Ding.
This bastard.
I wanna try something.
sure.
So I have an ability. I'm going to clasp my hands around my notebook, and I'm going to focus on summoning a copy of this key in my notebook, and
The
then
key is shoved inside, though.
and then open up the notebook and see if it's in there.
Sure. Let's make a roll.
I think that would use my move Surprise.
Surprise.
And I'm gonna do it calmly.
Okay.
I don't really think there's a way anybody could assist me with that. I can't think of a way.
Just emotionally.
Yeah. All right.
Let's pray.
Are you the key master?
Oh, I
might
saw
be
that
the
one.
key master.
About to freaking.
Nice.
I saw the one kind of hanging there for a sec. Even though that's not actually how it's rolling dice.
I was like, oh
Scary.
my god.
Yeah, I felt I felt the anxiety there for you, Gavin. So you kind of focus in this like, you know, magical abilities you've been slowly getting as, you know, the reemergence of Arcana into this world, and with other very discrete backstory reasons. And you open and you have a master key to campus.
Ooh.
Or crime.
No, Sandy.
More crime.
War crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we can get this broken off chunk of key out of this lock, maybe we can. Somebody got some bubble gum? Jam it in the
Of course,
hole.
I've got bubblegum.
Of course. Of course. Not gonna use mine.
Yeah, is anyone gonna try to pull the
Unjam.
broken unjam?
Like, okay, jokes aside, would I be able to help? I mean, like, I can try to use control. I don't know if I'd be able to spin that. How I'd freeze.
You're trying to like control your hand to
Yeah.
like gently
said you had a
pull
bobby
it
pin.
out.
I have very long fingernails.
Surely you've got
You know?
tweezers on you.
I have
Manicure
really long
set.
fingernails.
Like almost talony
Oh,
Yeah, it's
right.
siren.
fingernails
It fits.
from the siren.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're essentially
They're really
locked.
cute, though.
I believe.
Do you have them painted?
Yes. Oh my god, I really do. They're like little pink hearts and shit.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'll use control. None of my traits really help me out here. Beat ball.
Partial
Okay.
success.
Partial success. Yeah, just for the sake of sort of time, you wiggle your claws in and left and right and twist and pop. You get the little piece of key out, but unfortunately you have a little bit of a chip on your nice nail polish that you'll probably have to take care of later. But you did succeed. You got.
You stick that in harm/consequences suffered, and you can use that as leverage later.
Nearly broken nail.
Nearly broken nail.
Oh, I'm
Nearly
devastated.
broken.
Do you know how
She's
much
like-
these cost?
Yeah.
And she's like low key keening over it as she walks away, like she's legitimately hurt, and we're just like, go off, I guess.
I'm like, I will buff that out for you later. I will summon all of my budding nail tech skills to make sure that. All right, and then I try the master key.
You insert the key and click. You have unlocked the door.
All right, let's go ransack this little effer.
So, just so I have a visual, so Teresa's up front. Are you gonna be the one to open the door and head in?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna assume the rest of you are kind of standing behind or near Teresa.
Yeah.
As Teresa opens the door, this large breeze comes through the room, almost rowing like smoke, and all of the lights in the building go out. And so you're standing there in the dark, and you can all hear a breathing, very deep, very slow, coming from inside the office.
I'm gonna dive for cover.
Okay.
Knowing my luck,
yeets
anything
herself.
I do is going to be bad, so I'm just gonna get out of everybody's way.
Get out of there.
And which direction are you diving? Are you gonna roll into the room? Are you gonna take a left?
I guess I probably know this office a little bit better than most, so yeah, I'm gonna sort of go jam myself in what I think is a corner, so I'm out of everyone's way.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you do that fairly easily, and you, as you push yourself into the corner, you feel there's this sort of silky, smooth mass growing up the side of the wall. And it's we've established it's a full moon, and the windows, the shades are open, and the full moon is coming in. And up the side of the room, you can see this mass that's kind of growing up towards the ceiling, and it is slowly breathing in and out.
All right, well, in that case, since I basically bodied it, I will reach into my backpack and pull out my palm-sized stun gun. And I'm not going to attack it, but I'm going to hold it up in front of me and crouch down on the floor. So just in case anything happens, I'm prepared.
Okay. Rowan, I'm going to assume that you were next, kind of this impatience, this I need to just get this over with. So Teresa has rolled into the room, and you kind of you can still hear this breathing, and you hear her pull something out of her bag. What do you do? And you haven't seen anything quite yet.
So I can't see it. I could hear large, heavy breathing, and I saw Teresa tumble into the room like this is gymnastics class.
Yes.
Dear God, Teresa, get out of there. Does he have a dog? What? Get out of there. Werewolves are here. Come on. I'm not going in that room.
Okay.
I'm no, absolutely not. Is my phone working? Can I shing?
So you pull your phone out and it's dead. And the last thing you remember, you never leave the house without at least 50%, and
great.
You're
it's
keeping
magic. Cool.
There's something going on.
That means my luck has probably run out. The stun gun I'm holding in my hand is probably dead too.
It's not working. Okay,
but I don't know that yet, so
if I realize this, I've probably seen Teresa do the whole tumble roll, pull out their stun gun before, and I'm like, this idiot is fucked. So I don't know if it would be, I'm gonna go get her and I'm gonna pull her out, but I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna get her with aggression.
Okay.
So I'm just ready. I'm ready to cut something.
Okay. So you're gonna step into the room and try to like pull her
Grab
out.
her by the back of the neck like she's a bad dog, like bad kitty. Like pull her out, but like there's something breathing. We know that that man's been attacked. We know that there have been 3 werewolf attacks already this evening.
It's a
so
weird
I'm
day.
gonna go in there. Something's gonna try and bite me. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
So,
make a
So
make
I'm
a
not
roll.
exactly sure. Like I would basically have my gardening tool out. Like, but I don't know if I would use that as my 3rd die roll for that. Like, so I would probably use reinforce, and then the trait I haven't used yet is fierce.
Nice.
Okay.
Which I would kind of want to use to like buff myself, faster movement. You know, like when a mama goes like lifts a car up, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But also like intimidation. So I want like an aura, be like, wow, you probably magically shouldn't mess with that kind of thing. So that's what I'm putting out now.
Okay.
Think of your gear as like giving you a capability to do something that you wouldn't otherwise normally be able to do. It doesn't give you extra dice, but it lets you do something supernaturally powerful if it's necessary.
Well, a supernaturally stib. I would like to stab. Maybe something. I want to fuck up a thing if I have to.
So, so you're kind of using the trowel as sort of maybe a defense. Like if something comes at me, I have a reaction that I could, I'd be able to stab. So let's make the roll to try to pull Teresa out. And that will just be the 2 dice from your move and your trait.
Unless anybody else has
unless you want a devil's bargain.
Yeah, or you could...
What kind of devils? Okay, let's see here. Lateral damage, unattended harm, lose an item, appear to betray a friend or a loved one, offend or anger affection, leave evidence or witnesses, or suffer harm. I'd be willing to suffer harm, like if the thing slashes at me, but like I don't want to die.
Ooh.
But also,
I could give you some harm. When an arm comes out at me from nowhere, I jab you with the stun gun, even if it doesn't go off. It's got those sharp pointy spikes, on the end.
God damn it, Teresa!
What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So that happens no matter what. So now there's blood in the water.
Yeah, so you can put in your harm stabbed hand or
Teresa.
Yeah.
Rowan found out.
I fucked around, but Rowan found out.
Okay, I added that in, so I'll roll 3 die.
Nice.
Yes.
Please cooperate.
Partial.
Okay. That's all we needed.
That's fine. I'll take it at this point.
Yeah. So you take a step in and you grab Teresa's arm. You can just make her out in the corner, and she yelps and hits you with the stun gun, which doesn't go off but does pierce you. And you yank her to the doorway. Connie, you are next. What are you doing? Kind of seeing this transpire.
I'm seeing all this happening, but then my other senses are kicking in, and I can smell what's in the room. And
it's a musty odor. Like, this is not good, whatever this is.
Can I tell, like, with I know I have contacts on, but can I still tell in the light that's available how tall this thing is, or how many there are in there?
So if you walk to the doorway and kind of peer in a little bit, your ghoulish eyes, even through the contacts, can immediately see, almost like looking in a different light spectrum. There is a giant roiling black mass It's got arms and legs protruding at all sorts of different directions. There are tons of faces being like pushed out of this giant blob, and it is just like rotating over and over, and it is like pushed itself up into the corner, and you can see every now and then there are these very sharp needles popping out every which way. And just as Teresa makes it to the door, you see one of the needles pop towards her, trying to catch her before she gets to the doorway. And you're almost just like filled with instant like, what the actual fuck is this thing? And there's no amount of lore in the world that is going to help you. This is a conglomeration of tons of different things just smashed into this mass.
Now, does my phone work?
No, it does not.
Of course it doesn't. Yeah, I start backing up. I don't want anything to do with this. Like, nope.
Fair.
So we're all scrambling
Donica. Yeah, Donica. So you've got, you know, I would say at this point, I feel like Teresa might be maybe yelling a little bit, just like, what is going on? What are you doing? What are your instincts?
Needles heading towards them.
You can, if you glance through the door, you can just notice, almost with some of the full moon light, a little like needle thing, and you can just make out, this like mass in the room.
So, Donica is a bitch, but she loves her friends. And like the immediate first thought, she still has her protective trait. She's gonna use her shoes and go speedy to get there. And with the control trait and the speedy trait, control action, the speedy of her shoes, and then the protective trait. She's gonna try to and her form is form is a strong word. She looks a little more feathery and puffed up as she's going to try to grab this thing very alert mode.
Yeah, and make sure that it misses Teresa.
Even if it does get her, she's got a goal.
Okay. Yeah, and you're welcome to take a devil's bargain if you'd like to make that 3 dice.
Okay.
I don't know if you're missing any traits at the moment to try to get something back.
Does speedy with the shoes help with it?
It won't necessarily give you another dice, but it does it will at least boost the narrative.
Okay. I'll take devil's bargain.
Okay. Roll me 3 dice then.
You need to agree to the devil's bargain before you
right.
What it actually is.
I'm not looking.
Let's say you want to grasp on to this sort of needle-like arm protrusion, and I think we're gonna start a troublesome clock on this one. You trying to grab onto it is basically an aggressive trait, an aggressive move. And I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna start rolling towards you guys. So we'll start sort of you either have some time to get away or try to defeat it before something potentially bad could happen.
So what do we want to call?
Do you want me to re-roll?
No.
Okay.
What do you want to call the clock? That it's gonna start targeting us, or
let the hunt begin.
Yeah, the hunt begin. Yeah.
But is it hunting us or are we hunting it?
How many ticks until it's full?
Let's say
It's usually 4, 6, 8, 10, that kind of thing.
yeah, we'll go 4. And we'll see how people's reactions are for
And
how
we're gonna
things
start
go.
it at 0?
Yeah,
or are
we
we gonna
can.
start it at 1 since it's already moving in their direction?
Yeah, let's start it at 1, and that'll be kind of the beginning of this kind of sequence of events.
Okay. Alright, let me just finish that. 4 o'clock, the hunt begins, 1 tick. And the roll is a critical success.
Oh,
A
that
critical
one
success.
scared the shit out of me. I
I
was like, she wants to die.
You latch onto this thing, and with your speed you jam the needle into the wall, kind of immobilizing it, standing there, and the rest of you kind of watch Donica at a speed you're not really used to. I mean, usually she's like that when she's a barista. Like, why would she be moving this fast? And here it kind of dash behind, and Teresa, just next to your head, you watch as the needle pops into the wall.
Nice.
Who would like to act next?
Well, Donica gets an additional effect for rolling a crit. So you get to add something else to your move. Not only did you protect me, but you get to add a little something extra.
So after she does this, like, assumedly really cool, right? She does this and nails it in. She's like breathing. Oh my god, you guys okay? She like hugs him. That's it.
I'd like to go next, and I'd like to grab Donica's face and say, I love you, and then I want to shove her out the door because she's body blocking us currently. And then continue the movement out of there, but I have my thing up. I have my stab. My stab is ready.
Okay.
I don't know though if it would be smart to like release the thing from the door if it's stuck in there, or if it would be good to make ourselves a weapon from the creature itself as a way to defend against it. But it's kind of just sitting there, like string out, stuck in the wall. So I kind of just want to chorp. I just want to chorp it and take it with us as we're leaving, and then like get out. I was not emotionally prepared today to fight an eldritch horror. I was ready to go home. I don't have my shoes on. I'm not happy. So probably I think I would like to do that.
Sure, absolutely.
Probably with the other move that I have that would probably go for this would probably be repel.
Okay.
As I'm doing that, and then fierce again, comboed up with the stib stab. I don't know what other people could do for it, so let me take a look over here at these.
These here devil bargains.
These here devil bargain. I don't know if me shoving Danica out of here with my hand on her human face, nearly human face, would appear to betray a friend, but she's not gonna be happy with me when she like rolls back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that you're almost doing the opposite of what Donica would want. She wants you to like praise her, and you're like, no, go. And in the moment you're just trying to protect her, but yeah, it almost appears as though you're betraying her awesome, move that she just conducted.
As I just like got out of the way, I'm like, move, bitch. Cut.
And I just hugged you.
And
like
you,
that hurts
you
my
tried to
feelings.
hug me, and I literally slapped your face out of the way because you're body blocking us. And I appreciate and love you, but also move. So let me try that then.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's gonna be so mad at me tomorrow, but she might be alive.
Partial.
Okay. You kind of push her not quite as hard as you were intending to. But you definitely get her out of the way.
I'll catch her.
So now you've kind of got a clear path out the door. And it's at this moment the mass on the wall starts to roll from the ceiling, and it still slams into the desk, just decimating it, and advances towards you guys, as it watches you with all of its many faces push a friend out.
It laughs. Just laughs at you, Donica. It's laughing. Do I cut the thing and do I get the needle on the way out? Did that work?
I would say that those are two different actions.
Oh, the face shove is separate.
You could I would say that would be hard to do at the same time. But you are right now in the fight or flight. You have to either choose one. You either have to choose to fight or choose to fly. So I would say at this point, what is the group going to do? How?
Yeah, I think even though Donica got pushed, we're all like cheering on Rowan. Like we want to see that trowel out. We want to see this thing bleed.
I told my parents I wouldn't get arrested again this year. I'm not supposed. This thing might have normal looking blood. I don't know what it is because magic happens. Is this person drunk and just kind of loose with its appendages? I don't know. I mean, I'll stab a motherfucker. Like, if that's what we got to do because it's stuck in there, then grabbing that thing's own needle and trying to stab through the face of one of the faces, like whatever the most important looking face, I guess. Is there a throbbing red zone? If this
Something obvious.
So, is there something beating like a heart?
Beating like a heart. No, it's hard because all of the lights have went out and everything you're kind of seeing is just the full moon light through the window. And at this point, it is fallen onto the ground and is almost blocking most of the light from behind. And you can just barely make out some of the faces and appendages, and some of the needle arms flying around. So there isn't anything in particular that strikes you as being weak
Like
at the
a weak
moment.
spot.
So when I pushed into the wall, still stuck.
At the moment, yes.
For the partial success, do we want to raise that clock? The hunt begins to 2 ticks.
Sure, yeah.
As I see this, that I can't really see anything, that as much as I'd love to stab it, this doesn't look like a stabby solution. I'm gonna yell at Donica, and I know Donica knows what a Molotov cocktail is. I know that she's got at least 2 small bottles of liquor in her purse, and I know she's got a lighter. So, I'm just gonna yell that, and I want to burn this place. I want to burn this thing.
Already small thing of like lemonade vodka out. Uncap a
Drinking her
corset.
sorrow as I shoved her.
One of those like makeup wipe away things. Those kind of things in there. Her lighter. She lights it.
I'm just trying to hold it off so she can do this or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Okay.
maybe I could buy you guys some time with one of my notebook abilities.
I could probably buy some time too.
Yeah, let's buy some time and let kind of Donica give some time to make her Molotov.
I'm curious more about this special cup that I got.
Mm-hmm.
because it says that now I notice it has some like cool abilities.
Mhm.
So what would that entail?
You get to make them up.
Yeah, so you have two, I don't remember
Like
what I gave.
keywords. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave 2 keywords. I don't remember what I
You
told.
could,
I got splash and I got focus.
could splash some
Splash.
additional extra Bernie stuff onto
Yeah,
it.
Oh,
so
that's-
you get to decide what it will do.
So what I'm thinking for a cool
Acid.
ability is my coffee always stays hot, no matter what. In that,
Okay.
McDonald's hot.
yes. Well, I'm a ghoul. I can take it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
I
true.
Flesh drippingly.
So I want to use splash
Okay.
on this thing, but I could also use a devil's bargain, and I can lose my cup in the process.
Oh, you just want to throw like the whole cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a decent way to distract it. Hold it
Okay.
off. Let's do it.
Like full of acid or
Gasoline.
straight up?
Connie's been drinking acid this whole, just straight.
Well, I mean, it could summon any hot
Atomic
liquid.
liquid.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, hot acid.
Battery
Yeah,
acid.
what kind of liquid do you want it to be, Connie?
For this time, I say just straight black coffee.
Okay.
What if it makes it stronger?
You caffeinate it. It's got haste now.
Yeah.
Alright.
So is that a .3 or .2?
Well, are you gonna leverage a trait and
I'm
use a
using
move?
splash.
You've got splash as a move, or
It was one of my special abilities.
so that
for the
gives you
item.
like a capability, something you can use, but it's not a move or a trait. So to make
Okay,
an action roll, you'll need a move and or a trait.
Okay.
And if you don't have one, that just means that you start at 0 dice instead of 1. You can take any action.
And you are running a devil's bargain on this, so
you get 1 extra die.
you do get 1 die.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go 1 die.
Once you agree to a devil's bargain, so
Yes, I do.
once you agree to a specific devil's bargain.
Yeah, she wants to lose the cup. She just
Oh,
wants to
right,
toss
right.
the
Yeah,
cup
that's
at
right.
the thing. Yeah, yep.
Lost item.
Yep.
Partial success.
Oh, good.
I
know.
That was tough.
Yeah, so you hear Rowan say a Molotov cocktail, and you watch Donica throw her hand in a bag, and you turn Connie, and you kind of line up the shot, and you throw your almost like an axe kind of spiraling towards the mass, and it hits it point blank, and the hot sizzling black coffee, you start to see sort of you can smell burnt flesh, and you can see it kind of like start to wither away, and you hear a super high pitched screech come from one of the nearby faces. Teresa, are you going to do something now?
Yeah, Teresa.
Should we start a clock for this creature's potential health? Maybe like a 10 clock or something?
Yeah. 10's fine. Sure.
Okay. And with 1 tick for the burning flesh?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. 1 tick for the burning flesh. That's what I wanted to hear tonight. That's great. This is fine.
Donica,
Yes.
we're going to do a Molotov.
Yeah. Donica, you want to toss that Molotov cocktail?
As soon as my girls are out of the house.
You're not right in front of it. Would this be when I do a cheeky stab? It's got hit points now. I have a goal.
On your, you probably have the needle arm in your way. The one that was in the wall.
I do want to cut that off, and I would like to take that needle. I would like that.
Absolutely.
Of course.
And so that would be what I'd use for. I'd reinforce the garden trowel and then fierce and leverage that against it. Probably. Does the black mass of faces count as a faction? And would I be angering it by doing this?
It has to be a faction you care about.
Oh no! I'm very worried about it, but I don't care about it.
They were Omega Kappa Sigma. That fraternity that we partied with last week.
Would you like to join our sorority?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a pin for your favorite face. So probably with this, lose an item if it doesn't work. Like if I try to cut this thing out and it doesn't happen, then probably the trowel goes.
Okay.
Get disarmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll try. Fine. 3 dice.
Nice.
Based on those. Bow, bow.
Hey, complete success.
Perfect.
Oh, I cut the shit out of that thing.
Does that trowel count as like a magic item? Do you think it'll get like increased effect?
Oh, it is a magic item.
It is, yes, each of those are magic items. So I would say that's 2 ticks to its health.
Okay.
For the complete success. And yeah, you slice right down, you chop motion, and you grab that needle out of the wall, and pocket.
Yank it, and no, that's my new trowel now. That's my new weapon. That's destroy, kill the thing with its own thing, and then that clears the way. And I'm still dragging Teresa, who's doing something with her book. While this is I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm used to it.
I'm like, I've got my book between my hands.
Is she praying? I don't know.
Maybe I'm in a Catholic schoolgirl outfit. And I like slam my hands on the book and I just face up toward the creature and I try to stun it by causing it to panic.
Okay.
So it goes, I didn't study for finals.
I think I'm gonna need a devil's bargain because I don't have any traits left.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's another magic item. I mean, I can.
It could probably stomp on me from where I am if it's close enough.
Yeah, if you're the last one through the door, I'll say that it kind of moves forward a bit, so you'll get a tick on I can't remember what we called this one.
The hunt begins.
I have it.
The hunt.
Okay.
The hunt begins. And you'll take a kind of as it rolls forward, it rolls on one of your feet, leaving you with a bit of a limp.
All right, smashed foot.
So is smash foot and it ups the tick? Because those are both things that a devil's bargain might do.
I'm down for it. I think it makes sense in the fiction. Yeah. Cool. All right, so we're up to 3
I'm gonna.
ticks.
Oh.
And then I'm rolling 3 dice for mine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Please don't be a fail. It's a partial success.
That's the best you've gotten all night.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's perfect. That's good
is.
enough for survival.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like stun it or something.
Yeah, and so this sort of wave of energy comes bursting from Teresa, kind of centered at her notebook, dealing 1 tick to the creature's health. And you watch as a few of the faces that get hit by this burst of energy, all their faces get very terrified, and you start hearing they start like mumbling to themselves, like, is it finals week? Is it finals week? I didn't study. And they're all just like freaking out and repeating information. E equals MC squared. Oh no, I've forgotten everything. As they start to panic about, I'm naked in the middle of school, forgetting about things that they need.
Oh wow. That's a
whole
lot
of
of information. Yeah.
It's a lot of students that thing's eating.
That's traumatizing. And it really was a fraternity that we messed with last week.
We are coming up on 2.5 hours. Do you think it's we could do an ending, maybe one more action, and then do a debrief roll?
Cocktail.
Yeah, let's do the cocktail. Let's see
Let's burn this
what it'll do. And then we'll do a debrief.
All right, so as soon as my girlies are out, I back up as I'm like lighting this, and then I like just toss it in.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Awesome. Okay, so what are you gonna use a move and a trait?
So since I rolled a critical when I used my protective trait, I still have that. So I'm gonna use protective and control again.
Okay.
And the devil's part.
You're leaving evidence pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
At this point. And if you miss, the evidence that you leave behind is going to be a burned down building.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Yeah. But I want to make sure this thing is dead. I want to make sure this thing is dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you want a devil's bargain. We're gonna roll a debrief anyway, but let's say that the creature, just as you're tossing the Molotov cocktail, just pushes through the doorway, just like cracking walls and splintering, and in that moment you see its full mass, as all of the lights in the room turn back on, and you're all just like looking at this visage of this giant black gooey mass just rolling in on itself, filled with screaming, panicked, student faces, yelling about, missing finals and midterms, and
coming out of the closet.
Basically, throwing that final tick on that hunt.
Yeah.
As it has decided you guys are prey, and it is coming.
Joke's on you. You look really flammable.
I'm gonna try to put into one of its gaping maws.
Okay, that's 3 dice. Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
So partial success.
Partial. So, as you get this full glimpse, and one of the students' faces right in the middle is yelling, I didn't mean to miss my class, as the cocktail smacks it right in the face, and just alights the whole front, and you do 2 ticks of damage to this creature as you burn its face. Okay, let's do a debrief roll.
I feel like something like that's not used to going under half health.
Yeah.
And that might freak it out a little bit.
Is that just one die, or
There's like 4 questions that you ask, and that determines. They're in the book. Let's see. Trying to remember if I made a dot debrief. No, I didn't. That would have been helpful. Where I could just tell you the rules when you type dot debrief.
okay? So determines from 0 to 3. Finally, the number of assholes they were okay. Okay.
I think it's start with 1 die for sheer luck, and then the questions are below that.
Okay. How much damage did we do to it by the
6
end?
out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah, you guys went a completely different direction than I anticipated, which I absolutely loved. You know, as someone sitting in the kind of lore weaver's chair, you go, you know, they could go this way or they could do this thing, and then you're all like, yeah, we hop in the ambulance and we go to the hospital, and I'm like, that wasn't one of my options.
Oh well, rolling with it.
Yeah. So I think I'm actually gonna roll 3 dice for this. If that, I mean,
Yeah.
I think you guys.
I think we were all pretty bold. I think we all ended up
Yeah.
doing something. Someone took control of a situation each time.
Yeah.
We didn't mess around too much once we got impatient
Focused.
with the things.
Yeah.
Yes, focus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you all used plenty of rolls tonight, and
And our
I
special
loved that.
abilities.
We did.
Yeah.
This trial's covered with the blood of an elder god now. I wonder how that
So
changes
it's
it.
dot 3D.
Oh, there's
We'll
something.
give you
Oh, got
the
3D.
Yeah, we'll give you the thing, but we can use that result if it's it'll tell you what the ending is if you do dot 3D.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll just do that. We'll just roll it.
So the actual result you got was 6, though.
Yes, the exact. Yeah. So it's 6, which is a victory. So
Jesus.
this
I'm
this
trying to get a 6 to come up.
this mass comes rolling through, and you hit it with this Molotov cocktail, and it's screeching and it's yelling, and you book it down the stairs and out the front door, and it's catching the building on fire, and as it's just about to get through the front door to get to you all, it's consumed as the boiler of the building blows up behind it. And although you all fought very hard, you'd made it out, and you found out what it was that attacked the president, but unfortunately the building is gone. So Teresa is gonna hear about that, she thinks, Monday morning.
On the
But-
plus side, that did destroy a lot of the evidence that we were
there's
here
no
doing
evidence
really
that
bad
we were
things.
here.
As we all are finally out, I wanted to sit on the grass and invite the girls to sit with me. And as I pull out and uncork another strawberry vodka and start chugging.
God bless you for having those in there all the time. As I do a gentle face pat and apology for the face shove earlier.
Yeah, you pushed me.
Yeah, I saved your life.
And
Teresa.
I grab her face. You grabbed my face.
Yes, I saved your life. You're welcome.
You said you loved me.
You did a good job. Also, never body block me when in a situation like that again. I will push your face out of the way.
You guys see me
I look forward to it.
open up my notebook and I just start ripping up pieces of paper. and you see that it's like poli-sci exam 4 and all the answers to that test. And I'm just ripping up the papers like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this.
With college?
The world is a more complex place than I thought. And no, I was running a cheating ring at school, and I'm done with that little side business. There are bigger fish to fry.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Plus, I have all this stuff backed
totally
up
surprised.
at home. What was Connie's ending?
In all this racing out and everything, I have one of my contacts get knocked out, but I don't realize it because of all the mass panic. And so I'm just sitting on the ground with everybody. I'm like mourning the fact that I have no coffee anymore. My special cup is gone. I'm most likely blacklisted now from the hospital thanks to Teresa. And I'm just sitting there and not even realizing that I have my little secret now is out to everybody. And I'm just like, I got my head in my hands and just staring at the ground trying to figure out what to do now.
I think at least for me, when I see that you're finally showing your true self, I would go and give you a hug and tell you that it's okay. I think that is your victory. It might look like a bad ending, but I think in the end it's going to be a victory for you.
I go a little harder, and I go, what is it? I grabbed one of the vodkas that somehow Donica still has more of. And I'm like, hey, Ghoulie, I know this isn't coffee, but at least it's also not blood. Here, back. And it's just like it's nonchalant, like it's not even a thing. I don't care. You see what we just fought?
Yeah, I'll get sick about it anyway, but I don't care at this point.
Your bare face looks lovely. Can't say the same.
Oh, you're fine. You know you're always fine.
Oh, I know. I'm always fine. I just wanted to be nice.
Fair enough.
All right.
And as lights and sirens and a fire truck comes storming down the road in the back, we kind of fade to black on this scene as the group has defeated an eldritch horror. That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo!
Awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll go around and just kind of a quick who we are, and if you want to plug anything you got going on. I can start. Hi, I'm Jacqueline, she, her. I was your lore weaver tonight. I hope my descriptions weren't too terrible.
Very good.
I would like to plug a book series of which this one shot is named after for some of the inspiration by Naomi Novik. I'm not making any money off of this, but it is a phenomenal book. It's called The Scholomance. A Deadly Education is the very first one. I highly recommend. You should read it.
Book.
Oh, it's so
good too.
Yes. Anyway, I am on lots of different things as variations of my name, but I'm on Twitter as @Kakelia I am in a D&D actual play over on Otherworldly Ventures that has an Icewind Dale show going on. Go over, give us a like. And other than that, it's been wonderful being here, and I've had a great time. So thank you guys.
You were wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, Lore Weaver.
I guess, Pep, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Peppy. I stream Sundays and Fridays most of the time, but sometimes other times just at pepperana.com. Pepperana on Twitch.
Might as well get your own website.
.com. And I'm the Pepperana on Twitter. I'm just kind of doing my own thing for this. Just lots of video game stuff for the most part. But this is fun, so I can't wait to do another one, I guess. Yeah. Thank you. You were great.
Thanks. Tiny?
Hi, I'm Tiny. I go online as Tiny Bishi. I stream on Twitch Tuesday and Thursdays on 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now, I'm going through my second run of Diablo 3 with a Demon Hunter character. A lot of fun. I also post on my YouTube channel, the Tiny One slash Bishi, every other day. In fact, I just dropped a new video today for Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Mischa?
Mr. Caleb, Mr. Caleb, Mischa, or Caleb. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, just what you see there, or whatever will be dropped. I stream on twitch.tv/Balsamic Games. I'm pretty much like a substitute
Yeah.
at this rate. Substitute streamer.
Yeah, I think between you and Vice, you two have been in more Plunged into the Dark games than anybody else at this point.
And it's been a blast. I hope to stream more on my own as well in the future, and I'm working on other things if that ever comes into fruition. So if you like visual novels, potentially stay tuned.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Gavin, you wanna finish us off here?
Sure. I'm at Gavin the GM on Twitter and pretty much everything. I'm the creator of Plunged into the Dark. The new version that we played today is version 1.5. That has been released for free to our on our Discord. So if you want a copy, grab it there. Feel free to give it to your friends and just come back to the Discord and let us know how it goes, because we love to hear your feedback. So we are doing tons more games. I don't think we have any more this week, but next Tuesday, my partner Andrea will be running another Plunged into the Dark game called Kentucky Goblins, where we are all going to be playing an underground alien species called Kentucky Goblins, and we're going to be investigating probably a farmer's house or something like that, and trying not to get spotted by his dog. Who knows? It's probably going to be just as crazy as this one was, with whatever directions we might go. Maybe we decide we want to go to a McDonald's and try our first hamburger. And shoot everybody with ray guns. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have no idea. So that's coming up next Tuesday. And then every other Tuesday from then on, we will be running our new Coven, which is in our other game that Andrea and I made, called Children of Midnight Coven. It's about witches and their covens in the modern day. Witches are out and about with all the other supernatural creatures, and just trying to live their lives and make their communities better, and it's a real fun time. So come join us for that. And then we'll probably have some more new games coming up very shortly, some longer term games rather than all one-shots. Now that we have more lore weavers like Jacqueline and Vice, and hopefully Mischa even soon, then we'll be able to run more games for you. So yeah, keep an eye out on Balsamic Games. Thank you for all the new follows, and thank you for the subscriptions and the resubscriptions tonight. That's been awesome. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you all again real soon. All right, have a good night.
You.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.